Hello everybody, I've recently been playing Westbound a lot and got kind of bored, so I made it my goal to get every item in Westbound. This would take a whole lot of money because Golden Buffalo Rifle is $25,000 and some horses are $15,000, so I tried to find the most efficient way to get money in Westbound. In this video, I'm going to teach strategies for both late game and new players. For the newbie category, you won't need anything aside from starter equipment, but late game will require max inventory, max money bag, Buffalo Rifle, and a level 6 pickaxe. And a few other things, but that's really the most important things. So I've narrowed money making in Westbound into 6 categories. Hunting, which I count to have 2 subcategories. Mining, robbing, completing quests, finding treasure chests, and bounty hunting. In this video, I will mainly focus on hunting, mining, and robbery because the other categories either can't be calculated accurately or are very inefficient for money. So I spent hours running experiments in small servers to try to find the quickest way to make lots of money and got the most accurate results possible. I used the most time-efficient methods I know for mining and robbing, as well as galloped when I could on my horse and robbed every cash register in the towns. First, we'll be covering the starter strategies for money. If you aren't a beginner and you want late-game strategies, you can skip to the segments below. The 3 strategies I'm going to be using for early game is hunting, mining, and robbing. I calculated the time it would take for each category, the money it made, and the money it made each minute. Just take note that the robbing, if you were to rob, do it in a small server or an unpopulated town, so you don't get caught, because early game is really risky when robbing. So for the first one, which is mining, all you'll need is the basic pick, and it took me 2 minutes and 1 second to fill up my inventory, and I made about $52 from that. Well, this is with the basic pick, which costs $0. So by calculating this with the formula, which I might put in the description, I don't know, I got $25.78 per minute. I did this at Stone Creek, which is, in my opinion, probably the best place to go mining. So the next one is hunting, which I only use my Colt 45 on my ult account, because I didn't use my late game main account for the early game testing. So, for hunting, it took me about 6 minutes and 10 seconds, and I made about $97, which, that's really not good for, time efficiency. I made about $15.73 per minute, and I really just roamed around the Gray Ridge area, the Stone Creek area, and a bit of the Tumbleweed area to try to find the most deer and wolves I could. I didn't hunt any buffalo for this, but it's possible to hunt buffalo with a Colt 45, it's just not efficient. The last possible method you could have done to get money in early game is robbing, which you'll only need dynamite for. So by using the minimum bag, it took me 7 minutes and 24 seconds to rob every cash register and the bank in Tumbleweed. I made about $360 doing this, which is $48.65 per minute. I recommend this one in small servers, because cowboys could be a big interference if you attempt to do this in a public server, and it's really risky. And I do recommend Tumbleweed or Gray Ridge, as they have the largest banks and the most cash registers of any town. According to my results, the most accurate way to make money in early game is robbing Tumbleweed, but this is risky due to the amount of cowboys in most servers, and Tumbleweed being popular amongst cowboys. Second place is mining, but I recommend mining in Rust Ridge Quarry since there is less of a chance of other people or outlaws there, and you'll have more of the space to yourself for mining. So now we get into late game strategies, which is what I really needed to get the Golden Buffalo Rifle and the Arabians horses. So the first one is robbing, of course. I used the max money bag, and it took me about 4 minutes and 10 seconds to get $383 from Tumbleweed. I did this in a small server with no cowboys, so that might have interfered with the results, but if you're in late game, it's easier to defend yourself with more powerful weapons like the Buffalo Rifle. I made $92.91 per minute. So now we get into hunting, which was a bit complicated because I separated it into 2 categories, which are big and small game. Small game being wolves and deer, and big game being dire wolves, buffalo, and bears. For the video, I didn't actually hunt any dire wolf, mostly because I didn't find any, and it might have interfered with accurate results. But hunting big game takes a really long time. If you only target things like buffalo, it's kind of hard to find them, and it takes a while for buffalo and bears to spawn. So I do recommend hunting a combination between big and small game, which is if you have to hunt. But hunting by itself made the least amount of money by far, even while using the max inventory and Buffalo Rifle. The time it took me to hunt the big game was 18 minutes and 41 seconds, which was more than double the second longest time. Even though it did make $429, which is pretty good, and comes in second place for the amount of money that I've made. The other category is hunting small game, which made me $274, which isn't bad, but took me 5 minutes and 29 seconds. For this one, I only targeted small game like wolves and deer, and I made about $49.96 per minute. Hunting big game, I made $22.96 per minute, which is awful, and you really shouldn't do this. So don't specifically target big game. If you're gonna hunt both at the same time, just hunt whatever you see. Specifically hunt down dire wolves and hunt in the area of Bray Ridge and Stone Creek, because that's the only place they can spawn. But I really don't recommend hunting, as it had the worst results out of both late game and early game. Well, I made the most amount of money in this last category, which is actually mining. These results surprised me, but it might have been because I got a diamond and I had a level 6 pickaxe. But I made the most amount of money throughout this entire experiment at $458 in the second least amount of time, which was 2 minutes and 29 seconds. This adds up to $184.43 per minute. That is a lot of money. Even for a late game, if you were to do that for even an hour, you would make $11,065.80, which is a lot of money to make in just 1 hour. This is a crazy amount of money, and if you're going to do late game, I highly recommend you do mining. It might have interfered with my results that I got a diamond, which brings your price up by about 200. So that might have interfered with results, so that's still just a whole lot of money. So if you are going to do that, then if you are going to try to make money late game, I highly recommend mining. As we just saw, for late game results, the best way to make money fast is mining. You will need a level 6 pick, and preferably a maxed inventory. I recommend mining in Stone Creek at late game, since you are more well suited for combat against outlaws and can make some quick money by catching a few outlaws if they rob Stone Creek's bank while you're selling your inventory. If you don't like mining, max money bag and robbing is the second best. This is risky, as you could get caught, but if you do decide to rob, I suggest Bray Ridge. Bray Ridge has the second most amount of cash registers out of any town and has 4 safes, same amount as Tumbleweed. Stone Creek only has 2 safes and less cash registers, and Tumbleweed is usually populated by a lot of outlaws or cowboys, which makes it really easy to get caught or killed. Last note for people who watched this far into the video, I will show you how to find the smallest server possible. At least this is how you do it on mobile. So this is how you find the smallest server on mobile. I think you can do this on PC, and I know you can't do one on Xbox, but first thing you do is open up the game and then swipe down to where it says servers. Once you press on the button that says servers, you'll see a button that says descending. I did it kind of quick here, but if you press ascending, you'll see all servers listed from smallest to largest. Thank you all so much for watching. Had a lot of fun making this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more Westbound videos like this, please leave a comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, have a great day.